I don't want excuses, Miss Ferguson. Your action was underhand and highly improper.
Governor,
Don't interrupt. You may have fooled Mr. Douglas for the time being, but quite frankly, I think you're more trouble than you're worth.
But address me with some respect.
Miss Ferguson, don't be impertinent. What are you planning to do?
Think about this a little longer.
I'm very sorry, Governor. I acted in the best interest of the prison and my own personal safety.
Do you expect me to believe that?
If lack of security threatens my safety, then I have every right to act. Now, I believe these were smuggled into the prison this morning by Meg Morris.
I'm not surprised.
That's right.
They don't hang people anymore.
Well, you didn't see them after the buy-up. Now that they can get any goods they want.
I fail to see how this is relevant to what we are discussing.
We are discussing Meg Morris.
Very well, point taken. This is serious. I think it's fair to warn you that Mrs. Morris is making a statement now. She claims that she was not telling the whole truth, that you were the one behind trafficking in drugs, and that you forced her to deliver them. If that girl loses her job because of your malicious attitude towards her, I shall make sure this is reported to the department. I would suggest you return to your duties. All right, Meg, now what's this all about?
Well, I really had no choice, Mrs. Davidson. Well, I can't really say. I am not prepared to answer that question.
And you intend taking in prostitutes to strengthen your argument?
I realize I've disappointed you.
Nonsense, I admire your ethics. I just hope your faith in prostitutes has not been misplaced. I'm sorry you couldn't have been sent to Barnhurst, but the department cannot accommodate short-term prisoners there.
I'll survive it. It's only 72 hours after all.
Now, you open your mouth about me just once, and I'll have you.
It need not be quite so good. She is no longer under your jurisdiction.
Believe me, I'm not looking for trouble from anyone. It's always somebody else's fault, isn't it? Never yours. I'm Meg Morris.
You can't be serious. Surely you realize you'll be in danger.
Yes, I do. You can't say that. Purely circumstantial evidence, nothing more.
I could never sink as low as filthy sluts like you.
Shut up!
Her kind never change. You pull them out of the gutter and they crawl straight back into it.
Bastard.
Well, I think you're wrong, but I shan't press the point.
Oh, my God! What are you, a half-wit? I am not going to work in this prison while she's here. The only thing I wish to discuss is when you are shipping that woman out, because I am not working while she's here. What the hell do you think you're playing at?
Don't talk nonsense. The longer I work here, the less I understand about human nature. Is that a fair compromise?
I suppose so. But it's worse not knowing. Aren't you supposed to be the governor? It's your job, Mrs. Davidson. And I am not doing it again. I am not working here. This time, you can handle the job alone.
Become recidivists.
I said that's enough.
But surely a slut like you would have thought of that. Oh, she's got cunning, but it's animal instinct rather than intelligence.
I must say I'm rather surprised. I wouldn't like the past trouble between you to be repeated. The department is not going to like this one little bit. That should make my job a lot easier.
We stood a damn good chance in the past without having to rely on dropouts.
You are only hindering things with that attitude.
Joan Ferguson, I'm Meg Morris.
I think Mrs. Morris is right.
What the hell do you think you're playing at? Setting me up like that?
We have to show the women that we can take it as well as dish it out.
Joan Ferguson. I am holding you personally responsible for everything that happened, and I intend to make an example of you. Do you have anything to say for yourself?
Bastard. I've been set up.
That is the attitude that got you into trouble. I hoped you might have learned something. I'm not going to argue with you.
Everything stops now. I know nothing about your illegal trading. Nothing. You remember that. Now, I'll tell you this once. If I hear so much as a whisper from anyone about me, you'll suffer for it. I can promise you that.
Well, if that's all, I can't see the department having too many objections. In fact, they'll probably be quite pleased that it was all settled so soon.